Hi, hello, and namaste, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel RSK Competitive World. I hope so that you are waiting for my next video. So, all of you are very good mood and you are watching my videos. Thank you so much, and you are sharing my videos and you are subscribing also. If you are not subscribed, please go through the subscription and you can subscribe my channel and you can share to your friends which are studying in various schools also. Okay, so today what we are to discuss is the topic is that different ways of taking food. We already discussed it, that is we are discussing nutrition in animals. That one point I want to discuss with you, that the last session what we discussed, that different ways of taking food, the microorganisms, some other animals, some other birds, okay, some insects. So their modes is different. There some of they will suck, some of they will swallow, some of they will scrap, some of them will chew. So the food is also different. In the same way, I want to discuss the mode of taking food of starfish. Very important it is. Starfish is a different, that is you already saw this one, I think in the National Geography channel or some any other. So whenever you will meet or meet any places like the bank of sea, or whenever you go for the means to enjoy, so some summer days or some any other occasion, so that time you saw, I hope so, that the starfish is a different kind of that is a fish. So feeds on animals covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. When you will touch it, its outer surface is completely hard because it is made up of a calcium carbonate. So very important it is calcium carbonate. Its chemical formula is CaCO3. So whenever we'll start the classes, that time I will come back with you calcium carbonate. So calcium is much important for our body also. That's why our bones is also strong, very strong because of calcium. So that's why the whole body, its outer surface is made up of calcium carbonate. That's why it is so hard. So when you will touch it, at time you will feel it. So after opening the shell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth to eat soft animals inside the shell. So this is that it will not use its mouth to eat any kind of a food. It is, got my point? So what it will use, usually it will use its stomach will come out of its mouth and it will catch that its prey or its food, and again it will take into the its that is its stomach. Again it will move into its original place, and then afterwards again it will start slowly digesting that food. This is a different kind of or mode of digestion. It's a mode of different kind of a mode, that is a digestion it is. So how it will take the food? It is not by its mouth. The stomach itself, it will come out of its mouth, it will catch it, then afterwards it will take into the its original position, then afterwards it will start slowly digesting it. So this is a different kind of digestion process and a mode also. Got my point? So that is, this is simple thing that I want to discuss with you. And the next thing is that we'll discuss the digestion in humans. Today only we'll discuss about the digestion in humans, what are the parts, and then afterwards for each part we'll start discussing. Okay, so this digestion is very important. That why we need to discuss this digestion process, because when you will have the food, so it will enter through the mouth and it will remove out through the small hole, we can say that is a anus. So I will show you here, see this. So I will make a little bit of zoom here, see this. So where is the mouth? Mouth is here, okay, sorry. And where is the anus? Anus is here. It is a small hole. So it is, we can say that is a small opening of the rectum where the waste products, the feces will come out of its this small hole or opening. We can say that is a anus. Got my point? So in detail we'll discuss when we'll start the next session. That time we'll discuss this one in detail. Okay, so what is that? That the main parts of this digestion in humans are, that is alimentary canal. We can say this is whole digestion process itself, it is a move with the alimentary canal, which includes buccal cavity. Where will be the buccal cavity? See that I will show here. This part is buccal cavity. Got my point? This is buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means where you will take the food first initially. This is buccal that is mouth, teeth, tongue includes the buccal cavity. So esophagus, the next part will be esophagus. Esophagus you can see here. This is a esophagus. Also we can call this one as a food pipe. Also we can say that is a food pipe. Esophagus, another name for the esophagus is food pipe, this point. The next point will be stomach. Where will be the stomach? This part is stomach, where partial digestion process will take place here. Okay, what is we need to discuss. Then next one, small intestine. So small intestine is here. So this part is small intestine. So they have shown here, this is a small intestine. Got my point? So very large it is, nearly 7.5 meter it is. Okay. So next one will be a large intestine. After small intestine, next part will be the large intestine, and you can see this after the digestion will take place. It will come through this one from here, here, and it will enter here, large intestine, and it will come here, and finally it will come to the rectum. This is a large intestine. This point is large intestine. Got my point? So next after large intestine, so the last part will be, that could be that is rectum, where the waste product after digestion, the waste product will remain. No, that could be removed through this part. That part is called, that is rectum, where it is here. This part, this is called a rectum. This is a rectum part. Got my point? This is a rectum part, and this rectum has a small point. This rectum has a small point here. That is a opening, we can say. This is called a anus. Small opening where the waste product will removed out of this opening. Okay. So this is what all these parts will involved in digestion process. And whenever you will have the food initially through the mouth, when it will enter through the mouth, so various functions will be run by this buccal cavity, which are those mouth, teeth, tongue. So mouth will also play a very important role, that it has teeth and tongue, and how these teeth and tongue will play very important role in crushing the food. Got my point? Inside we have tongue also, and it's on the tongue you will taste. You will get a taste. When you will have food, you have taste. So that will taste will be by, you will get, when you will get a taste, when you will feel it, then how will you feel? Because of buds we have on that. We have various kinds of buds on that. That we will discuss afterwards. What kind of buds are there on that? Okay, that is a sour taste, with a bitter taste, a sweet. So that all that kind of buds are there. Because of that we can feel sweet, and we can feel bitter, sour, and different kinds of. So again, the food, the complex food, when you will have into your mouth, it will be crushed. So initially crushed by the teeth. One teeth also, if you divide the teeth, we have so many kinds in. We have that is incisors. We have that is besides of incisors we have that is molars, canines, premolars, various 3 to 4 kinds of teeth we have, and upper jaws. And if you divide this mouth as upper jaws and lower jaws, will become 2 parts we can get, and how they will work. What are the functions of these incisors, canines, premolars, and molars also we'll discuss. So afterwards, after crushing that, where the food will enter again, it will enter through, that is this food pipe, we can say, that is the esophagus. Whenever it will moving through the food pipe, there will be also contraction. Got my point? Contraction will take place. So are you getting my point? Extraction and contraction will take place. So that time the peristalsis process also takes place. Because of that, little bit whatever the nutrients which are present in that will be absorbed. So the digestion will process not takes place in mouth and also in food pipe. Got my point? The digestion process will not takes place in, this is buccal cavity, and in esophagus, mean nothing but a food pipe. So partial process will takes place in a stomach, not completely, partially. So that crushed food will be passed to the food pipe, and directly food pipe is get connected to the stomach, and food will be entered to the stomach. After entering the stomach container, that is a digestive juice, we can, so that we can call that is a hydrochloric acid, and completely will be helpful for the digesting. That is, so when you will have the food, a little bit amount of microorganisms which are present there, will harm our body. That time this HCl will plays very important role, that it will kill the germs which are present in that food, and also will help to the digest the completely, not completely, partially will help it. So now the partial process of the digestion will take place in the stomach, not completely. Please keep in mind this, very important. The partial food, that is food, that is a digested food, will be that digestion process will be takes place in the stomach. Then afterwards that food will be passed to the small intestine. So whenever it will be passing through the smaller intestine, various kinds of juices will be there. They will play very important role. That is the secretion process will take place. That is we have a pancreatic juice, we have a salivary glands, we have liver. That is liver also will that will secrete some kind of a juice. Means all will help that to digest. That is a digestion process. Means that will completely convert that complex food into simpler. That will play very important role. What is the use of these? The salivary gland, the pancreatic juice, the digestive juice. So these all are will help into to digest the food. Means completely to convert that complex food into simpler one. So that is what. So now after passing through the smaller intestine and the small intestine, so this will also, that is completely the digestion process will take place here, and that remaining the food will be, after digestion, will be passed to the larger intestine. So large intestine, what it will do, whatever the nutrients which are present in that, again it will absorb it, and then it will be passed to the waste product will be passed to the rectum. And rectum, again whatever, if it is there, if any nutrients which if are present in the remaining waste products, that will be also absorbed by this rectum, and afterwards it will be passed to the small hole, we can say, that is the anus. This is what the complete digestion process will take place in a human body. We are discussing in human body, not in other animals. We'll discuss that one in the other animals, how that this digestion process will take place. That will discuss last, that is end of the chapter we'll discuss. So this is what small story, that is how digestion process will take place with the help of these all glands. We have so many glands, okay, salivary glands we have, that is also adrenal glands we have, okay. So many glands are there, how they will play a very important role. So in upcoming sessions, one by one I will discuss with you in detail. We'll discuss, okay. So thank you so much, keep on watching my videos.